Welcome to another episode of Cooking It with Channin Murrie. Today we're hooking up sour cream roasted chicken enchiladas. This episode is dedicated to leftovers. Sometimes you have that extra chicken and you don't know what to do with it. First, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. After that, you want to grab your vegetables, and first you want to chop your yellow onions. Now, when I cook, I like to personally put everything in mise en place, which basically means put everything in place so that when I get ready to cook, everything is easily accessible. So what I first did is slice my onions. Next, I have my green onions, and we're going to dice those up as well. You're going to kind of mince them to the same size that you would probably chop garlic. And green onions are great too because they just add another flavor of onion profile to your meal. Next we have our garlic, and I took about 3 cloves of garlic. And what I like to do is chop off the ends and then smash them a little bit. It makes it a lot easier to peel the garlic, 1. And 2, you're going to chop it up anyway, so it doesn't matter that you go ahead and smash it a little bit. And I put the garlic with the green onions because those take about the same amount of time to cook. Next, I have a tomatillo. A tomatillo is like a green tomato, often used in a lot of Mexican cuisine. And the tomatoes is going to help provide flavor and juice for your chicken when you're cooking it. And then I also have a regular tomato. In this case, this is a Roma tomato, but you can use cherry tomatoes or a regular garden tomato, as long as you have some type of regular tomato. And I'm keeping the seeds once again just to make sure that it's used to moisten the chicken when we cook it. I also have some cilantro. Cilantro gives you that great aromatic scent to your chicken as well as flavoring it. You want to take out as much stems as possible, and then you want to just chop it down. Now, I'm not going to mince it up as much as I did the garlic or the green onions, but I do want it fairly small size. And then I have a serrano pepper. Now, you can use a serrano or you can use a jalapeno. I only quartered it because I knew that I want to keep it kind of big so I could be able to take it out of the mixture or keep it from the side. In addition, I left the seeds in there so it can give it a touch of heat, but it won't overwhelm your chicken. And then after that, I took my roasted chicken and I removed the meat from the bone, and then I also took the skin off because you don't really need that. Now you can keep it in these thin slices like this, which is not bad, or you can also chop it up like I did as well. To a medium-high heat pan, you want to add some vegetable oil, and you just want enough so that you can coat the bottom of the pan. And then you're going to add your julienne onions. And you want to cook those down until they're kind of translucent. You don't want them too soft, but you definitely don't want them super fresh or raw. Add a little salt, and that'll help pull out some of the moisture from the onions, as well as layering your food as you cook. After the onions have cooked for a little bit, I want to go ahead and add my green onions and my garlic. And the reason why we do it now is so they can add that aromatic flavor to everything, as well as it won't burn. And then you throw your serrano peppers in, and once again I have those in there whole so that we can take them out easily. Next, add your tomatillos, and then add your tomatoes. And you're gonna let everything kind of cook down a little bit. Once again, add more salt because you want to continue to layer your flavors. And then you can add your chicken. So you want to make sure you mix the chicken up with everything. Now the good thing is your chicken is roasted, so it's going to have some good flavor versus just boiling the chicken, which you can also do. And And now you're gonna add your cilantro. You want to add more salt. And then I have some fajita seasoning that I used, as well as some pinto bean seasoning. And this is from a Fiesta seasoning brand. Follow that by with some onion powder, garlic powder or garlic bread seasoning, and black pepper. And you want to stir and make sure everything is evenly coated. Lastly, you want to add about 1/4 cup of chicken stock or chicken broth. Key guys, you want to keep the chicken moist. You don't want to over dry it because the chicken has been cooked already. And you want to put a top over it so everything can just marinate and sit with one another. And this is how it looks when it's finished. Now to another pan, you want to add 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And you want to make sure you get it all the way melted down first. My saucepan is about a medium high heat. I tend to cook at a higher heat because I know how to control it, but feel free to cook it at a lower heat. But we do want to make sure it's high enough so that you can bring things to a boil. Next, you want to add 6 tablespoons of flour. So as you notice, my fat and my flour are equal parts. So this is a base to our sauce. And I slowly whisked the flour in. I didn't put it all in at the same time. And you want to cook the butter and the gravy for at least a minute so it don't have that flour taste. You don't want uncooked flour taste. After that, you want to add 2 cups of chicken stock. And you want to continuously whisk while you're adding the chicken stock, and that way you don't have any lumps in your sauce. Next, you want to season it with some kosher salt and continue to whisk a little bit more. And as you can see, after a couple of minutes, it's got thickened. And once this thickens, you can push your finger down and it keeps separate, then you know it's ready. And you want to remove it from the heat. Now you want to add your 2 cups of sour cream. And the reason why you remove from the heat is because you don't want your sour cream to curdle. It's okay if it's a little warm, but you don't want it hot like it was on the stove. Next, follow that up with some cream cheese. I used about 2 ounces. I feel like you could add up to about 4 ounces if you want, but I had 2 ounces left. And this worked out perfect. Next, you want to add 1/4 cup of salsa verde. You can use any salsa verde. I got a roasted one, but I just grabbed one from the grocery store that I felt was be a good one. Or you can use hatch chilies. Next, you want to always taste your sauce. Now you can go in and say, okay, I need to add black pepper, I need to add garlic seasoning, I need to add salt to it. And that way, you will know where your flavor profiles are, because if each individual thing tastes good, then it together is going to be perfect. Now you want to take your tortilla, and I put raw spinach at the bottom, and then I put my chicken on top and rolled it. I wanted to add extra vegetables. I try to look to add vegetables as much as I possibly can, and I felt like this would be really good. And the reason why I didn't cook the spinach with the chicken is because I didn't want the spinach to be overly wilted, because you're gonna put it in the oven anyway. And so from the heat from the chicken and from the sauce and the cheese melting and being in the oven, the spinach is gonna cook rather quickly, and it's gonna be cooked just right. And you want to make sure you roll them pretty tight and put them next to each other. I will admit, behind the scenes, some of my tortillas did break, so I had to go back and redo some of them, and that's perfectly okay. I got cornmeal tortillas, so they're going to be a lot softer. You can do flour, but I was trying to not have as much flour because I was using flour as a base in my sauce. So I wanted to do more of a cornmeal based tortilla to keep it as close to authenticity as possible. And I believe I did about 14 tortillas. So that's at least about 7 servings, because I usually give 2 people each. 2 enchiladas to each person. And next you want to ladle your sauce all over your tortillas, making sure you cover everything, every nook and cranny. You don't want anything without sauce. And this is a great dish that you can meal prep, guys. You can cook it and you can set up too, and you can freeze it for later on as well. Just really, really easy. And you can also share. It's very easy to share with family. Next, you want to take a whole package of Monterey Jack and cheddar cheese. And I got a rustic cut because I like it, and it's a lot wider and it just spreads over my enchiladas easily. But you can use whatever cut lens is good to melt. And you can add other cheeses too. You can put a little bit of Italian cheese on there if you want to, or the other Mexican blend cheese as well. And then to top it off and give it a nice color, I added some chopped chives. And this looks great, guys. Now you want to take it on over to your oven that's already been preheating. Remember, it was on 350 degrees. And you want to set your timer for it to cook for about 15 minutes. And you can even go up to 20 minutes if you guys want to make it even more, crispy around the edges. So in that 15 to 20 minutes range, you are perfect. And look at it. It turned out very great. The cheese melted. The white sauce is bubbling. It's perfect, guys. Ooh, I just love creamy, cheesy dishes. And this is definitely one of those. This concludes our season 1, episode 7 of Cooking It with Channin Murrie. I appreciate you all so much for your love and your support. Please hit that like button and subscribe, and more content will be coming later on this year. Until next time.